We are here in the FOGA kitchen having a bit of breakfast and a plant shake. Phoebe's stirred most of a blackberry and chia pouch through some cashew yogurt with a bunch of flax seeds.
Yeah, flax seeds, ground chia seeds. I've got some goji berries in because I love them, love the texture. Some blueberries, apple, banana, and I've got it in my hands as well. I'm going to live with that.
So we thought it would be interesting to talk a little bit about the realities of running a small business during this corona pandemic and some of the changes that we have had to make. Some of them have been really, really challenging. Some of them have actually been really positive. So we just thought we'd take a few minutes this morning to kind of talk through a few of those whilst having breakfast and a plant shake.
Yeah, so I guess we thought actually it might be quite interesting to see behind the scenes a bit as to the impact this is having on a small business. For us, the top kind of concern is our people and safety and making sure that our products are safe and that we can actually keep getting products out to people, because we really believe that the plant shake is so relevant right now, because we know it's getting harder to get fresh fruit and veg. The shops are kind of cleaned out of everything and people are really concerned about being able to stay healthy and get the kind of good nutrients into them they want to.
It's almost like we've unwittingly created the perfect product for right now. Not our intention at all. We wanted to create something that kind of fits into people's busy lives, but actually in a world where people need things that are long life, people want things that are super nutrient dense and that are really natural, the plant shake is having its moment. And that's kind of, I guess, been like the core of a lot of the challenges that we've been facing. So we, like everybody, have asked as many people as possible in our team to start working from home. It's a small team and it's a new team, so doing that has actually been quite challenging for us, trying to work out how we work together with people. And those that have to kind of come to the factory to work to produce plant shakes as like a food item, that's okay. But we've implemented really, really strict protection measures and hygiene measures to ensure that they and us and you guys are all safe. So effectively what that means is like a reduced working density. So there's like a 3 meter gap between everybody. That means that it's much slower for us to make our products, much slower to ship them, which means it's much harder to keep up with demand. So we've been trying to kind of wrestle like how on earth we get through producing enough to keep up, but also keeping everybody safe. So that's been a real dilemma for Phoebe.
Yeah, right? Exactly. And I think also, so you might not know this, but we manufacture everything in the UK. So in Cambridge, we have a little kind of factory facility. So for us, we're also concerned about getting the ingredients in, because a lot of our ingredients come through from Germany. Usually we would order these every month and they get delivered every month, and then we process them in-house and they get packed and shipped in-house. With everything that's happening at the moment, we are now having to bring forward a lot of our orders. So we're having to place a really big order for 3 months worth of stock now. And as a small business, you just don't have the cash for that. You don't have the money for that. So we've been kind of on the phone to the banks trying to work out how we can facilitate that so that we can at least keep getting products out to you guys.
And that is, there's obviously a bit of support around that hopefully will make that possible, but it's been a real battle. And not only just the cash, like, there is physically not that much produce around at this time of year. So effectively the stuff that we buy has to be frozen within a few hours of harvest. So once it's frozen, it does last, but it's not like the world is flush with organic strawberries at the moment. So we're trying to source way over the odds in terms of what we normally buy. I think the order that we're placing now is the equivalent of about 1.5 tons of organic strawberry, and we're buying about 5 tons of organic banana. So as I'm sure you can imagine, it's not that easy to find that stuff. Actually physically sourcing the stuff around the world and getting it here has been a real battle.
Exactly. I think you don't realise the impact, you know, we're all so interlinked, so we use the Royal Mail to deliver our parcels, we depend on the delivery networks to kind of do business. But obviously every single industry and every single company has people that are having to self-isolate at home, and they're having to implement their own pressures and decisions, and you know, we depend on them, but also we need to be flexible and aware that they're also going through a really stressful time, and so it's kind of balancing all these things off against each other.
But one of the things that's really important to us, so the G in FOGA stands for good, and what that means is we want to be a business that does good in the world with our products and the way that we act. And so one of the, I guess, really good things about this is that we've been able to live that. So for example, we've given away 50 2-week hair bundles. That's nearly £2,000 worth of product to vulnerable people who are in self-isolation for the next 3 months. And that's, you know, not to kind of try and blow our own trumpet, but actually that's really special to us to have been able to do something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
We've got a 40% discount for NHS workers to help them to get more good stuff in when they're super busy and when the supermarket shelves are bare. So we've been able to do some really, really good stuff. And there's the one thing that we're about to start doing as well, which is kind of powerful, I think, in terms of redirecting our marketing spend.
I was like, what's he talking about?
Yeah,
I'm very
really
much
natural
focused on today.
Yeah.
So we usually spend every day a couple of £100 on Facebook marketing.
It's a little bit more than that, but don't tell
I know how much it is. But at the moment we're seeing a lot of freelancers and people that suddenly their livelihood has just gone from underneath them. So we're looking at ways in which we can redirect that marketing spend to people rather than a big global conglomerate that will probably be okay. So we're reaching out to kind of ambassadors and people to try and work out a way to give them an additional revenue stream at this time. It's a small thing, and obviously it's still our marketing budget, so you know, we're not saying it's us being a charity and we're giving out money to freelancers, but I think
it's just about trying to make sure that the things that we're doing are benefiting as many people as possible. And you know, frankly, I don't think Facebook need more from us at the moment than people who live and work in the UK and currently can't do their jobs.
Exactly.
Exactly. So there we go. Hopefully that's given you a little insight into some of the pressures, some of the things that we're doing behind the scenes. The one thing we didn't say actually is because of all of this stuff, because of the challenges with being able to keep up with orders, because of the decreased working density to make sure everyone's safe, and because of the challenges with sourcing and financing the purchase of all these ingredients, we've had to do something which we never imagined that we would have to do in the first year of running a business, which is to limit the number of boxes that we're willing to sell to any one person. I know this sounds totally mad, but it's actually, what it means is that we're able to forecast more predictably what people are going to want. So we've had people coming in and kind of stockpiling like 20 boxes at a time. And that's fine if we know that it's coming or if you kind of talk to us, but when that comes through as a surprise order and it takes more time, it takes more product, and if that trend is gonna continue, we're gonna find that we run out of product so much faster than we'd ever thought we would, and we'll be out of stock of everything. And that, you know, we can't find ourselves in that position.
Exactly.
So what we're trying to do right now, as a summary, is get as much product into our business as we can, produce as many plant shakes as we possibly can, because who knows what's going to happen next. And then worst case scenario, Phoebe and I will be in here in our kitchen boxing up plant shakes again and sending them out to you guys, because we really, really, really think they're valuable right now. So
exactly. That is our plan B.
Yeah, it is.
That is our plan B. So let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Anyway, have a good day, and we'll see you soon.